What is going on, you guys? My name is Rage and we are back today with another quick event guide video for you all. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the Curse of the Muramasa event that's upcoming, actually, as you can see at the time of recording, 1 day and 9 hours. So it's going to be implemented on Friday. And as you can see here, by hitting the little preview, we get a sense of really how this event is going to be run in terms of easy, medium, hard difficulty. And the caveat here is really just the requirements. So as you can see, the difference between hard mode and the other two is the fact that we need 5 honorable characters required to actually go through it. As you can see, if you actually hit the little eye in the top right here, it does give you some quick squad level recommendations, gear tier level, as well as ability level. Now what I found is generally what's worked for me is if you have a total team power of about 150 to 180,000, generally that does work out. So, and that overall does align with where the level 60 and tier now level 9 is. And if you are able to go through and complete the hard difficulty, it actually does complete as well the easy and medium. Reason being is you want to maximize these because the more nodes you can farm, the more shards you can get of these fragments, which and then actually pull into the orbs that you will be pulling later. So at the end of the day, over the span of the next 2 weeks, you really want to be able to farm as much as you can for these fragments. That ideally fuels into the supply store here by going to orbs. And as you can see, it is these honorable orbs that you have here. So that being said, I do like to always show you guys as well what these entail. By hitting the eye here, obviously there's going to be some silver samurai shards. This will be the main way to actually unlock him. But if we hit other rewards, scroll to the bottom, you can see there's a common shard drop era. And by hitting this, we are able to get a glimpse of the characters that are actually available to be provided. To be quite honest with you, this is definitely not a great selection in my opinion. What generally happens for these orbs is there's usually 1 or 2 very rare characters in the game, and I don't know if they're maybe refreshing the way they're doing things here, but quite frankly, none of these characters provide ultimate value in the late game. And Silver Samurai really is the only worthy award in these orbs, because generally there's a couple characters that are listed in the honorable traits, and they provide really good value. So for instance, we're gonna see that Cloak and Dagger are 2 characters that are actually listed as honorable, but again, you don't see them here, and for obvious reasons. Maybe it's the fact that they're included already in the strike pass, but I definitely don't feel excited about these orbs overall. Just generally, I would recommend to open them because you're already going ahead and farming for Silver Samurai, but unfortunately, it seems like the ultimate prize is going to be a Silver Samurai. That being said here, what I've done in the past is I've actually created a spreadsheet here to essentially track where the characters have been available for farming, the dates they were available, and then my overall strategy and how much power cores I use per day. Now, these power cores are based on how much energy we refresh. So what's going to happen is once this event starts, and especially if you're newer to the game, you're going to notice there's going to be another pool of energy on top of your ISO 8 energy and your campaign that you can actually refresh, and the cost of it is going to be 50 power cores. You can do that 4 times. And it essentially gives you another pool of energy to actually be able to farm fragments. More fragments fuel into orbs, therefore more orbs will ultimately help you guys unlock Silver Samurai. So as you can see here with the spreadsheet, generally the basis of this is that if you're able to do it 4 times a day per day for 2 weeks, that actually usually unlocks you the 4 yellow with a little bit of luck here and there, but I haven't failed it so far, as you can see. And if you ever want to push for a 5 yellow, the success rate exponentially increases if you do both the 50s as well as the 100s. So it will cost 100 after you exceed the 4 times for the 50s. So that's why it gives you a 2-week total there, giving you a sense really of how much power cores you'll be spending in 2 weeks. So keep in mind, if you wanted to figure out your per day rate, you would just divide these totals obviously by the number of days. So in this case, 2,800 power cores would equate to about 200 power cores per day, 4 times 50, and then so forth. That being said, you guys, that's really a rundown of the event. I encourage you to run through it as much as you can each day, because this is definitely one of the best ways to unlock free-to-play characters in the game. If you recall, Deathpool was added in the game, Sharon Carter was, and as well as Philavel and Kestro, and they've been huge additions to my roster. So that being said, you guys, the next part I did want to talk to you about quickly was the honorable roster, which in this case would be the characters that would be viable for usage in that hard difficulty I just noted. So obviously it's not going to be the same for everyone, but I wanted to highlight a few characters, some synergies that you may potentially see overall. So the obvious ones would be Captain America, Maria Hill, and Sharon Carter being the Secret Avengers. I think a lot of endgame players will have them built. If you guys are newer to the game, hopefully you got a chance to actually unlock a couple of them. Even as you can see with my star level, they're going to be very, very powerful. Even if you have them anywhere from 30 to 40,000, I think they're going to give you a lot of value. But hopefully you guys are building them up as well, because these 3 characters have been proven very immense and meaningful in my Doom 2 raids, and that's where I'm trying to bring them right now. So I've heard a lot of good things about them. Another few obvious combination synergies here is Iron Fist and Shang-Chi. Formidable right now in the war meta. So if you actually have them built up, they're great characters overall too, especially with Iron Fist providing healing and support. Shang-Chi can synergize and actually provide some meaningful damage, getting those heals as well from Iron Fist. So I think that's a great combination. I think Deathpool will be a common one for a lot of players if you guys had a chance to unlock her during the last event. Although this isn't a raid where she'll be able to provide a lot of energy, she's a great character overall still, and she still can stack on those 5 turns that really eliminate any kind of character, so as long as she's charged. So I mean, that's going to be meaningful because we just what these nodes have. But overall, when you have strong characters, that's going to give you that increased overall chance of actually being successful. We also see a glimpse there of the mini power armor team of being Ironheart, Falcon, War Machine. So I mean, if you have already those 3 built, I would definitely recommend it. They provide immense synergy with speed, damage, and as well defense down. Ironheart's a really great character that boosts the resistance of the other 2 as well. Some advantages if you're able to have a team that's put together. So that's why it is nice to bring them there. Other notable mentions here, if you don't have any of those other characters, if you're maybe perhaps newer to the game, I think you guys will have access to Wolverine, as he's a lock just by playing the game through your daily objectives. Captain America is a good one starting off, especially part of that Wave 1 Avengers team. He's going to be able to provide defense ups and protection. I like Vision overall. His kit's good. He's got an ability block. He is quite squishy, so just keep that in mind. But he's got an ability block. He's able to actually heal block as well. So, I mean, a great, well-rounded character. And honestly, even having him at 46,000 like I do would be more than enough for the job. So that's just in case you guys don't have other characters that you can utilize. But otherwise, other characters that are part of utility could be Mantis and Mortal. I like Mortal because he's got a stun, he's got heal block, he's got blind. A great, well-rounded character overall. You guys just need some support as you push through the nodes and try to unlock them. Mantis is just good for sustained healing. She's very easy and accessible to the game. But unfortunately, the Guardians of the Galaxy just don't have a lot of usage right now. But she's a good healer if you guys get access to her, just to provide that support if you don't have other characters for that role. And then lastly, this is really the bottom of my roster that don't provide a lot of value right now. 2 characters that I mentioned earlier being Cloak and Dagger. Especially if you're a mid to late game player, you probably likely already boosted these guys up. They're next on my list after the Secret Avengers, but these 2 would be a very formidable addition with Deadpool. So I definitely would recommend the 3. If you have those 3, it can pretty much be plug and play with any other 2 characters, and they'll likely get you to the finish line, especially if you have them don't build as powerful. But I mean, if you have them in a good range and they have that their abilities unlocked, they're gonna be able to really rip through it. So hope this is able to help you guys. I definitely have only heard good things about Silver Samurai and War so far, and keep in mind the caveat here to decide how much you want to farm is how often are you going to be utilizing these teams in War. And I can already see that how powerful he is, especially with a few of the enemies that have already kind of built him up on the other side. But I think he's really worth it if you're involved in War. But keep in mind with the WeaponX context is that this new team that's coming out for them intended for War, so we won't see too much value from them in raids and Dark Dimensions. But that's just a good heads up for you guys, for those of you who are looking to invest. Still one of the best ways to unlock, so I'm definitely going to try for a 4 or a 5. I'm definitely going to play by ear, but hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope this is able to help, and thank you as always. I'll see you guys in the next one.